Okay, so this is all what we are going to study today. Let's start. Let's start with prayer. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So, Sandhis mostly we have covered, but few are still remaining. So we'll see them. So first one is what today we are going to see is the Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi. So by the name, now you can, if you know earlier Sandhis, you can figure out what actually it is telling. It is telling Ya Anta. So what Sandhi is there in between Ya and Anta? How Ya and Anta became Yanta?
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi.
Yes. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Ya Anta, Va Anta. So Ya and Va are two letter. Antas are ending. Then Adesha. Adesha is like replacement. How is the Adesha? Like Shatru. It will come, replace existing and sit. Sandhi is Sandhi. So it is something related to Ya and Va. So like Yana Sandhi, this also is not a Ekadesha Sandhi. So what it means is on the place of both the letters, both means the Purva Varna and the Parvarna. Purva Varna is the last letter of the first pada, and Paravarna is the first letter of the second pada. So these two are coming close if you are pronouncing two words without any gap, and there is a vikara or the some disformation happening in these two words. So in some sandhis, they both gets replaced by one letter or one word, one word. So that is ekadesha. Eka means one, adesha means replacement. So if single replacement is there, so that is ekadesha. If it is not single replacement for both, then it is not ekadesha. So here replacement happen at the place of purva varna only. Parvarna remains as its. So this is the two sandhis out of 6 which we read are not Ekadesha sandhi. Rest 4 were Ekadesha sandhi. So what is the necessary condition for this? When vowels A, I, O, Au, these four, all dirghas, are followed by swara. So after this, if any vowel comes, so in place of these vowel, actually in place of first one, it is not these, in place of first one, these replacements will come, these adeshas will come. An adesha is like enemy Shatru, so it will replace A and I will come. For I will come. O, Ao will come, and Ao will come. So it's simple only like other sandhis. So once we'll see example, it will be more clear. So now you can see this is ending ya, va. So that is why it is Yanta Vanta Sandhi. Another name of this Sandhi is Ayadi Sandhi. So Aya is there, right? So Aya Adi, Aya etc. Sandhi. So some books they write Ayadi Sandhi. Here it is Yanta Vanta Deshi Sandhi. So I think it is simple, you can understand. So this is the table for this. If Purva Varna is A, I, O, Au, and Paravarna is any swara, so respectively Adesha will happen. In place of A, Aya will come. In place of I, Aya will come. O, Au will come. And Au will come. So we'll see the detail. So now with this, our Sandhi table is filled. So now you can see at the bottom we have 6 colors. So they are telling all the 6 Swara Sandhi, whatever you had to read. So all these are we have already read. One case here also we have read, this olive color. So that was if after A is coming, Raswa A was coming, and after O, Raswa A was coming, then Purva Rupa was happening. So this is a Purva Rupa Sandhi. Now you see, if after A is coming, so what will happen? At the place of I will come, and then this A will join that I, so it will make Aya. Similarly, after a, any swara is going to come, aya will come. Now this, since it is not ekadesha sandhi, so next letter will come and join in aya. So when e comes, it joins, it becomes I. If e comes, it becomes I. Similarly, ayu, ayu. So this is the total replacement I have written here. So I think it makes sense. Once you will see examples, it will make further sense. Let's see the example. So first one is kshire ichha. Kshire ichha. It is means somebody wishing for, he has interest in milk. Kshira is milk. Kshire in milk. Ichha is wish. So somebody interested or have wish for milk. So you see the ending letter or the purva varna of this pada is A. So which is matching with our condition. And next pada is starting with E. That is the swara. So after A, E is coming. We know here, like after A, if small a comes, this rasva a comes, then this sandhi will not apply. Then some other sandhi will get applied. But anything else comes, then this only will get applied. So E is coming, so this will get applied. We know at the place of A, the adesha will be I and E will remain same. So now you can see the combined word will be, this is actually, this first one is wrong. This should have been she. It is rasva, it should be dirgha. Same like here. So kshiricha. It will become kshiricha. So if you split this further, you can see everything is same till this place ra, and after that in place of a, aya has come, and then icha cha a remains same. Icha cha a. So this way you can see at the place of A, Aya Adesha is coming, and since this E also is there, so because this also was playing a part in Sandhi, so we can say totally it is I. So you can see here Shirai Aicha like this. Next one, if you see Surya Chandrau, Au is there, and then Iva. Surya Chandrau means like Surya Chandra. Iva is like. So like Surya Chandra, some might be somebody's definition it is. So now if you see it, this word is ending in ao and next word is starting with e. Again we have a condition for this sandhi. So ao and e will get changed to ao and e. Avi. So you see here Surya Chandra Viva. So here if you see the split, it is ao. So there is nothing much to explain. It's a very simple sandhi. So we'll move to next one. So now we had to study only 6 sandhis, but if you see, you have few extra. So they are sandhi apavada. Apavada means the some conditions where the grammar rules doesn't get applied. Because language comes first and later comes grammar, and whoever are grammarian, they try to fit grammar to justify what things are in use. So that is why all grammars, all language grammars, they are not perfectly perfect. So they will be having some exceptions. So this you can say this is an exception for acha sandhi or the swara sandhi. So this is called as prakriti bhava. Prakriti bhava, the word means that there is no sandhi. So explanation this I have written. When there is condition for sandhi, but it doesn't take place. Why it doesn't take place? Because some grammatical rule prohibits that if this is the situation, don't do sandhi. But condition is there for sandhi. Condition means like after a, e is coming. So guna sandhi condition is ready, but some other rule comes and it dictates like in certain situation sandhi will not happen. So those situation is called as prakriti bhava or absence of sandhi. And whenever prakriti bhava happens, you will have two forms because prakriti bhava is optional. So one form will be with sandhi, another form will be without sandhi. So I will come back to it after example. So there is one other condition in this. If in prakriti bhava, purva varna is a dirgha swara, So then it becomes raswa. When sandhi is not allowed, the one change happens that purva dirgha varna becomes small. So we'll see that, then you will understand. So condition is if I, u, r, they are padanta. Padanta means we know pada is either nama pada or kriya pada. Suptingantam padam. So only two kinds of pada is there. So if you are doing between something which is not a pada, like when we make vibhakti and all while derivation, so there comes a situation where two things are joining where they two are still not pada. They are either pratipadik or dhatu root. So for them it will not happen. It will happen if that this is at the end of pada only. That is why it is written here. The thing should be pada. So after these, if r comes, then there will be prakriti bhava. Means there will be two cases. One case, after this is coming, then in case of if this is the first letter, savarna dirgha is there. If this is the first letter, if a is the first letter, then some other sandhi is there. So that also will happen. And one case might be that sandhi is not there. So you will have two forms. We'll see that one example, then you will understand. So like Vasanta Rituhu. These all examples I am taking from your book only so that you can relate later. So now if you see here Vasanta Rituhu, so this first one is ending with A. Vasanta, what is the at the end is A. And then Rituhu is starting from Ritu is starting from R. So this is the situation which we are talking. Like Purva Varna should be A or A, E or E, and next Varna should be R. So if otherwise, if situation is, if the Apavada we don't know, then we'll say A plus R, it will become R, because that is the Guna Sandhi. So that is true. Guna Sandhi will happen and it will become Vasantaratuhu with this Guna. But there is one exception also, which is this. So with that exception, Sandhi will not happen. So it will remain like this, Vasanta Rituhu. So if any question is there, what is the Sandhid form of Vasanta plus Rituhu? There will be two forms. And any one of these can be used and both are correct. Next one is to show the second example, Raja. Raja, it is ending in A, and next again starting from R. So Raja Rishihi. So in other case, whatever we know, A plus R, again Guna will happen and R will come. So it will become Rajarshihi. So that this word is famous, we know also. But because this condition is also meeting, which is exception condition, so the other form also will come. Where what will happen, since this is dirgha, so it will become small. So the form will be Raj Rishihi. So this is with Prakriti Bhava, dirgha converted to Rasva. So Prakriti Bhava is the first kind of exception what we have. Let's see the second one. Second one is called as Yakara, Vakara, Lopaha. So there are three things. Ya is there. Yakar means ya word. Vakar means va word. Lopah means something disappearing. So the condition here is when ya or va are followed by swara, then they disappear. Lopaha. So disappear is lopa. This is again a grammatical term. Bhavati. So this has another rider with this. So when you do the lopa, when this happens, after that there may be again situation for new sandhis to happen, but this thing will stop any further sandhi. So after this, even though situations are there, sandhi cannot happen. So after this process, there is no sandhi takes place. So mostly now you can see when ya and va will come at the end of a pada. Most cases it will be after yanta vanta desh sandhi. So after yanta vanta desh sandhi, ya and va come at the end of pada, and then only this apavada also happens. So this is simple. Ya va swaraha lopa. Lopa means this will disappear. How? We'll see example like this. So it might have been, what might be have been the word here I is coming, right? So it might be Rame. So Rame will get converted to Ramaya by Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi because E is coming in front of it. Now this apvada is coming, this Ya will get Lopa. You can remove or delete this Ya. So it will become Ramiti. Now you see A plus E. There is a situation for Sandhi again, but this second fellow is telling if you do Lopa, then there will be no Sandhi after this. So we cannot do any Sandhi. Second is like Vartate iti. Vartate iti is there. So Vartate, A is there at the end of first word and E is there in the beginning of second word. So Yantavanta Sandhi will happen and Aya change will come. So it will become Vartataya. And now iti. So again this apvada matches and then Ya will get elided and it will become Vartata iti. Right? So these are the two apavadas. So that's it in the Sandhi. If you have any doubt, please ask so that I can move to something new. If you have any doubt, any kind of doubt, please ask in today's or earlier one in Sandhi. It doesn't mean that later you cannot ask, but if you have some doubt which came during this discussion, ask it here only so that you didn't forget. Okay, seems it is not there. Good. So we'll move to next thing, whatever we have. So next we are going to start chapter 1. So the first thing in that is Chatu Shloka. So let's see what is Chatu Shloka. I hope you people have a book with you. So this is a very famous also and humorous also. So there you can see the English that is says witty saying. So these are Chatu Shlokas are witty sayings. So this is the thing which we have to read. Yasya shashti chaturthi cha vihasya cha vihaya cha yasya aham cha dvitiya syat dvitiya syam aham katham. So now whenever you are pronouncing shlokas, you try to break the sandhi and pronounce. So it is perfectly acceptable if you are taking a pause, because if you take the pause, then sandhi breaks automatically. And if you know what two words are there in this one combination, then you can take pause. So what will happen with that? That rhythm may get disturbed, but that is fine because you are trying to understand. Once you will understand, then you can fix the rhythm. So here, what is the situation? One person has come to see some girl for marriage, and the girl decided to take a little interview of him. And girl asks him about some forms, Sanskrit word forms, and whatever he replies after that, girl might be coming to his father or whoever guardian, mother or something, and telling what the result of this interview was. So she's telling like yasya, whose, shashti chaturthi cha, for whose sixth case and fourth case are what, vihasya. That fellow is telling vihasya is shashti and vihaya is chaturthi. Yasya aham cha dvitiya, and he is telling aham is in dvitiya form. Syat is your vidhilinga. So Dvitiya Syam Aham Katham. Syam is same Vidhilinga. So for this person, how I will become Dvitiya or wife to this person? How I should become wife to this person? So now you see Vihasya is what? What is the detail of this word? Tell someone. Srividya Bhagini, what is Vihasya? Okay. So Vihasya is okay. Let's do it after that. So Vihasya has
Something not following actually.
not following.
Not being not following
No, I
rule or
wanted to know the word type. So if you see, okay, I will explain. So if you see what that person is telling, he knows only some akarant shabdas. So when the girl asks what is the vibhakti for vihasya, he remembers ramasya, and immediately he says it's a shashti ekvachana. Then she asked what is the vihaya. So then immediately he says, okay, he might have been recalling in his head Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena. Then again fourth vibhakti he will come, then fifth will come, then sixth will come, and he will match every word into that. So with that he matched aham, since it was ending in ma, as dvitiya. So he said it is dvitiya. So and for vihaya he says this is chaturthi. Chaturthi like ramaya, and panchami is not there, so he is matching everything there. And but the reality, he might haven't not learned the levantas. So all the levantas also end in ya. So they here these words are levantas. Vihaya means leaving, vihasya means hasati, and vi upsarga. So after having smiled, you can say after smiling. So aham is already. Dvitiya syat already. So this is the witty saying. So that girl is telling whose grammar is so poor or whose word knowledge vocabulary is so poor, how I am going to become second to him. So how I am going to marry. So I will not marry. So this is what is the Chatu Sloka. I think everything is clear. There is nothing confusion in this. We'll go to Samasya. So Samasya is you can match it like today's news, whatever that news people are there, right? So if you say something, they will pick some bite from that whole saying, and they will keep on playing that. So it is like if you see that out of context, it will look very ridiculous. But when you will bring into context, you may feel like it's okay, whatever. It's not such a bad thing. So same thing is called as samasya. So here if you see samasya is varsasyaikam. So now you see which sandhi is there. Somebody tell varsasya ekam. Which sandhi is there in this word? Do it fast because we have 1 hour only. Varsasya ekam.
Vruddhi Sandhi.
Vriddhi sandhi. What was the thing? A plus A become I. So it's a vriddhi. Varsasyaikam, 1 day of year, dinam, Gauri. Gauri is Parvati. So 1 day in a year, Gauri, Parvati, Pati Vaktram. Vaktram is face. Pati is husband's. Na Pashyati. So 1 day in a year, Parvati doesn't see face of Shiva. So if you study this much only, if you read this much only, then you will say what happened, why they had some fight or something like that. So same situation is created. Some problem got created, some samasya got created. But if you see the complete context, then you will understand like it is fine. Bhadra Shukla Chaturthyam tu Chandra Darshana Shankaya. So it is a belief like if Chaturthi on Bhadrapada Shukla Paksha, you see the moon, then you will get some stealing blame. So since Lord Shiva has moon on his forehead itself, so to avoid that kind of blame, Parvati is not seeing his face on this particular day. And that is what starts with this Varsasyaikam dinam Gauri Pati Vaktram na Pashyati. So if you say this much only, then you may assume so many different things. But if you see the second one, then samasya gets solved. So first part creates a problem. Second part or full context solves the issue. So this is the samasya. This also I think it is explained. So we'll come to this one now. Subhashitam. So anytime if you have any doubt, just ask me. I will stop and we'll do that. So since it is recorded, I am not doing it very slow because if you miss something, you can go and see it again. So Subhashitam, you already know. Su is good. Bhashitam means said. Something good said. So what kind of word is this? If any one of you can tell, because this you have read in this book. Subhashitam is what kind of word? I will give a minute. 26 by 27, if anybody knows, can tell. Subhashitam. Just guess is enough.
So what means actually what do you want?
I want what kind of word is this? Not meaning.
Vibhakti like
No,
that.
no. What kind? It's a noun, it's a verb, it's a kridanta.
Visheshana.
Visheshana to whom? There is no one to Visheshana, right?
It is indeclinable.
Bhashanam is so good.
So if somebody gave a good lecture, can I say Subhashitaha? Or can I tell a lady Subhashita?
Okay.
So if you remember, after this, you can look for Kta Pratyaya, whatever you have read, and try to match.
Shubhashitaha, Shubhashita, Shubhashitam.
So that is matching. Okay, fine. Yeah, that kind of thought only I wanted to provoke. So let's come here. Ashaya ye dasaste dasa sarvalokasya. Asha yesham dasi tesham dasayate lokaha. So at this level, last level also we read Subhashita. There we had to give the some gross meaning. Now here the expectation is still we are not asking, or the book is not asking perfect exact meaning, but book is expecting throughout the book you to make yourself familiar with each word whatever is used into the Subhashita. Try to first get Pratipadartha. Prati means per, Padartha is made of Pada Artha. Prati means every, Pada means word, Artha means meaning. Try to get meaning of each individual words, and after you get meaning of each individual word, then try to see what might be the overall bhavartha. What might be, it might be telling, because pratipadartha will not exactly give you the real meaning. So here three things you have to do. First, you have to break things if there are any sandhis. So now you can appreciate like why we had to learn sandhi first. So we cannot break all the things because it may have other sandhis also, but at least we can break the swara sandhi things. So now we see Ashayah. So this is here Ashayah. Visarga went away because of some Visarga Sandhi rule. Ashayah ye dasah te. So this half sa came because of Visarga Sandhi. Dasah sarvalokasya. Asha yesham dasi tesham dasayate. So now you see this word, if you haven't read Karmani, then you cannot understand what this word is. Dasayate lokaha. So this is the separation. It is written down here also. And you can say Ashayah is Shashti, Dasah plural ekvachan prathama, sorry, Bahuvachan prathama, Dasah sarvalokasya again Shashti, and then Asha Yesham, whose Asha Dasi is the slave, Tesham for them, Dasayate Loka. For them, Loka is under their control. So let's see the meaning. Asha, Ashayah ye dasah. So those people, dasa is plural, so we will say those people who are under or the slave of desires. Dasah sarvalokasya. So they are slave of entire world, because everything they have desire, right? Anything they will see. If you see some mountain, I wish to go there. See some riverside, I wish to go there. See some car, I want to buy this. So actually they are a slave of everything whatever man or nature has made in this world. And Asha Yesam Dasi, and those people who have their desires under control, means desire is Dasi to them. Tesham Dasayate Loka. By them, Loka is governed. By them, this world is controlled. So if you see most of the successful men and women, So they may not like to pretend every time. So like if you see, there was one famous picture where Mark Zuckerberg and our Microsoft CEO are sitting in t-shirts and all. So people said like they own some half of the money of whole world. Still they are not showing it with some watches or some glasses or something. So it is like that. Next one is sadhunam darshanam punyam tirth bhutah. Again you see here ah will come. Hi sadhavah. So if we go and see the sadhavah is plural and tirth bhutah should also be plural, because for sadhu only this is telling the quality. What kind of sadhu? Tirth bhutah. So this is visheshana. So तीर्थम फलति कालेन सद्यः साधु समागमः. So sadhunam षष्ठी बहुवचन. Darshanam is again you can see darshanah, darshana, darshanam. Punyam is tirtha bhutah. Tirtha bhutah means like Tirtha himself. Sadhavah is sadhu plural. Sadyah means immediate. Samagama means meeting. So meaning of this will be sadhu nam darshanam punyam. So seeing or meeting sadhu people is a good thing. Is itself punya. It will make your learning or merit go up. Tirtha bhutah hi sadhava, because sadhu people, good people are walking tirtha in themselves. If you go to real tirthas, tirtham phalati kalena. If you go to real tirtha, it may take time. When you will die, then you will get those punya and you will go to swarga and all. So going to tirtha, the phala will come late. But sadhya, immediately you will get the phala if you are meeting sadhu samagamaha. So this we can feel in our life also. If you meet somebody who is able to inspire you, who is able to help you in some way which is not very common, then you can feel like you met a good person and you got immediate result, while other things may take time. It is the subhashitas are like this only. So next one is pada sangraha. So here also what this section is trying to do is trying to enhance your vocabulary. So it will take one dhatu and it will tell you how these dhatus are forming different kind of words which are used in basic literature. So initially we'll understand what one means, and after that they will simply write. So here you see, so you can see patitaha, patita, patitam. So now you can appreciate, if we haven't read the kta pratyaya beforehand, before reading this, then you will say, I need to remember this, because you don't know actually what these are, why, how these are used. Similarly, if you see here, patitavyam, pathaniyam. So this is tavyat and aniyar pratyaya. So this also we need, if we need know in advance at this level, first chapter level itself, it will be helpful. Similarly for pathyate, so this also is a karmani form of verb. If you know this also in the beginning, it helps. And patitvan, patitvati, you know from last level. Patitva, prapatya also you know from last level. This is ktva and lebanta. This one was ktavatu. And this is patitum, is tumun. So patita, patitavyam, patitvan. This also, this and this are kridantas. Pathati, pathyate, pathishyati are tinganta forms. They are the real verbs. This one thing, number 7, I don't know why they introduced it here. So this you will read in third level. So pathan, pathanti. So this is for present continuous. So like currently reading, you can say like he was going, he was reading and going, you can say, or he was reading while going. So then you will say saha pathan gacchati. So this is for present continuous. This also is kridanta, so it will also have genders. So this is here Pumlinga and Strilinga only are given. because Napumsaklinga is not that much used for continuous, but that also is there. Pathat is the shabda. So let's use these words and try to understand it. So Chhatraha Pathati, first one we are using. We know that this verb is Lat Lakara Pratham Purusha Ekvachana. Vartaman Kala. Lat is Vartaman Kala. Chhatra Pathati, one student is reading or student reads. Now comes Pathyate. So this verb, this prayoga was Kartari. Pathyate. In Pat, you added Ya and Te. And then this verb became a Karmani verb. So now Karmani verb will follow the Atmanepadi forms of declensions, and it will, if Karta is there, then Karta will be in Tritiya. So now you see same thing happened here. It became Chhatrena Pathyate. A reading is done by student, or something is read by student, because karma is not given here. Now we already know the future tense. Chhatra masa nantaram pathishyati. So pathishyati we know. Pathitavyam and pathaniyam, they are for vidhi, mandate. So you can see tvaya, and they go in karmani uses only. That also you need to keep in mind. So that is why pustakam is in prathama, and tvaya is tritiya ekvachan. So karta is this, who is doing this action, and karma is this, karma is in prathama. Tvaya, by you, pustakam patitavyam, book should be read by you. And tavyam and aniyar gives the same meaning. It is your taste where you want to use what. Then comes the kta pratyaya. This also you have read. This also is a karmani bhoot kridanta. It is used in karmani. It is equivalent of patitvan patitvati in kartari prayoga. So if it is in karmani, again the karma will come in prathama and doer will come in tritiya. Tena shlokaha patitaha. Shloka was read by him. Tena, by him. Shlokaha means shloka. Patita means it's a bhuta kridanta. So it will give a past tense meaning. Similarly, since it's a kridanta, it will have all the gender. So patita. So now Gita, since it's a karmani prayoga, so it will follow the gender of karma. So karma Gita comes. So Gita will make it patita. Tena Gita patita. Gita was read by him. Then padyam, if the karma becomes napumsaklinga, so this also will go into napumsaklinga because of karmani. So tena padyam patitam, poem was read by him. Next, this one you know, Chhatra patitwan, Sita patitavati. Now this comes. This as of now you have to kind of remember, because the explanation of this will come in next level. Alasaha, lazy person, pathan nidram karoti. He is sleeping while reading. So continuous here, the reading is happening, and then the second thing is happening also. Sita pathanti bhojanam karoti. So Sita is eating while reading. Pathitva and prapatya you already know, they are for if a single person is doing two work, one he has finished and other he is doing. So pathitva means he has done reading and now gachami. So now I am going. Prapatya, it is when levanta is used in tva, meaning when there is a upasarga. If something comes before verb root, then instead of tva, ya comes. That also you know from level 1. Pathitum also you know, like pathitum na ichhati. So this is tumun. This is for wish. Mostly it is used with wishing. So all these details I explained it everything, and you know most of the things. There is nothing else. So now in this section of every chapter, you will have some root and you will have these words. The intention of this exercise to enhance your vocabulary so that you can have them when you have to use. So like gam is the gachati, gamyate, this is karmani verb, and gamishyati. Then gantavyam, gamaniyam, gataha, gata, gatam. So for this I have created a table where I have collected all the words, whatever is in the book. Some I have filled and some I have kept open for practice, so that I can share with you. You can use that to fill as many you learn. So there is nothing else. I think you will be able to follow this if you followed the level 1 properly. And if not also, then you can learn. So without, now you can, what I was telling earlier, like the way I am rearranging the course is for this only, so that you can at least understand what is piyate, what is patavyam, paniyam, what is pita, pitam, and what is because these are the things which are later in this course, but they are telling from first chapter itself. Okay, so now we'll move to this one. So this section is called as Kavya Katha. Kavya Katha, you can see from the name itself, like it's a story which actually was a kavya. Kavya, basic meaning in Sanskrit, it is for both prose and poem both, but basic meaning you can take as poem. So this particular story, what you are going to read, is a story which actually was a poem. To make you understand, they have, because poetry might be tough, so they converted into some simple Sanskrit to make you understand the story. So in Sanskritam, the classical, there are two kind of literature. One is Vedic literature, where Veda, Upanishad and everything comes. Second is classical, which is written in later time. Later means you can say from Ramayana time, which 3rd century BC, or if you are very conservative, 3rd century BC onwards you can put. So there are 5 Mahakavyas. So if you remember in Pravesha, there were categories. So one is Itihasa. In Itihasa comes our Ramayanam and Mahabharatam. After that, these Mahakavyas are there. So 5 Mahakavyas are there in Samskrita, Panch Mahakavya. So the book will try to make you know the content of those Mahakavyas in these courses, starting from this one till the 4th level, so that you have an idea what is there in our Mahakavyas. So this particular story is taken from Raghu Vamsha. So meaning you can say Raghu was the king of in the line of Rama, before Rama. Vamsha means his his clan. So Raghu Vamsha means the Vamsha of Raghu. This is a very like Mahakavya is there, so nothing to tell like what kind of story it is. So this has 19 chapters or cantos, which are called here as Sargaha. So all that, actually the kavyas, especially classical kavyas, are quite tough because they use so much decorated words, all the samasas and sandhis. So a beginner cannot understand them. So till the time you are not up to that level, so book doesn't want you to wait till that time. That is why some fellow has converted those kavyas into a simple Sanskritam. So let's read it. It's very simple. You will be able to follow it. So I will read, and because yeah. So Dilipaha Surya Vamshasya Nripaha. So Nripaha, king. Dilipaha. Dilipa is a king. Of what? Surya Vamshasya. So of the sun clan, you can say. Tasya Sutaha Raghu. So his son was Raghu. Raghu Rajaha Prasiddhaha. So king or rule of Raghu was Raghu Rajaha. Rule of Raghu was Prasiddhaha. Famous. So he might be a very nice ruler. So all whatever he did is very famous. Ataha, therefore, Ayam Vamshaha, this clan, Raghu Vamshaha iti khyataha. Because of that, because he ruled very well, so this whole clan is called as Raghu Vamsha. Raghu Vamshe, in the Raghu Vamsha, Vaivaswat Manu, Prathamaha Purushaha. He was the first person in this clan. So it started from Vaivaswat Manu. So you can say in Rama lineage, Manu was the first one, Vaivaswat Manu. So there are many Manu. So every Manvantara, whatever they say, one Manu is there. So that is for that Kala time only. So Dilipaha Prajavatsalaha Asit. So Dilipa was a very whatever public is loving person. Sudakshina Tasya Patni, and his wife was Sudakshina. Dilipaha Bahukalam Putra Rahitaha Asit. So Dilipa was without son for long time. Ataha Saha Chinta Krantaha Abhavat. Akranta means covered. So Chinta means he got enveloped in Chinta. So therefore he got enveloped in Chintra. Abhavat is a past tense verb. Vasishtha, Dilipasya. So these things you give little attention. Most of the people, I don't know, it looks good or something. So like people say Namaskar, like Amitabh Bachchan also says Namaskar. So actually if you see it is Namaskar, Sa is there. Similarly for this people say Vasishtha. So it is Vasishtha. So these are very small things which if it is in Indian language people take it as granted, it's okay. But if it in English you speak some letter this and that, then people will feel bad, your English is not good. So Vasishtha Dilipasya Acharyah. Vasishtha was Acharya of Dilipa. Dilipah Vasishtham Drashtum Sankalpitvan. This is Tavatu. Drashtum is Tumun. Vasishtham Dutiya. Dilipah Sankalpitvan. Dilipa decided. What he decided? Drashtum. To see whom? Vasishtham. To see Vasishtha he decided. Atah sah Sachiveshu Rajyabharam Nikshiptvan. Because of that he gave the his kingdom caretaking to his Sachiva, secretary. Sachiveshu. In the Sachiva means in command of Sachiva, he gave the kingdom's work. Sudakshina Sahitaha Vasisthashramam. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is there. Vasistha Ashramam Gatavan. So with Sudakshina, with his wife, he went to Ashrama of Vasistha. Tatra, there, Nripaha, king, Vasisthaya, for Vasistha, Swachintam Niveditvan, or two, because he is the recipient, Chaturthi. So there, after going there, he told his worry to Vasistha. Kutaha mama santatihi nasti. Kutaha is Panchami. From where means why I don't have a next like in my line my son or something. Iti, like this. Prashnam Kritvan. He asked question like this. Vasistha Karanam Achintayat. This is past tense. So Vasistha now is Acharya. Think what is the reason. He thought. Acharya thought means he might have meditated and tried to go beyond the time and see like what had happened which is causing him this. Acharya Akathayat. Again past tense. So Vasistha is told. What he told? Nripa, this is Sambodhana. O king, Tvam Kadachit. Now you see this chit is coming. Chit means we know like indefinite. So sometime Swargam Gatwan, you went to Swarga. Tatra Tvam Devendram Sevitwan. There you served Indra. Tataha, from there, Tvam, you, Pratyagatvan. Prati Agatvan. Sandhi is there. You can figure out which one. From there you came back. So tada, then Marg Madhye, on the way, Kamadhenu asit. So on the way Kamadhenu was there. Sa Kalpa Vrikshasya Chayayam asit. She was sitting in the shade of Kalpa Vriksha. Tvam Kamadhenum na Drishtavan. You didn't saw Kamadhenu. Na cha Namaskritvan. And also you didn't saluted her. Kamadhenu Kupita Abhavat. So Kamadhenu got angry with this disrespect. Shapam Dattavati. She gave you a shapa. Actually, if you translate in English, everything becomes tasteless. Shapa is curse. So that I don't think is the right word. So better you understand in Sanskrit only. This much I think now you understand. Ataha Tava. Tava is the Shashti, yours, like Mama. Therefore, you don't have Santati. You don't have a son or the next in your lineage. Tasyaha Santatim Pujaya. This is for Madhyam Purusha. And Tasyaha, her Santatim. Her kid or her next whatever is in her lineage, you do puja to whoever is in next Kamadhenu's lineage. Tada tava santana bhavishyati iti. Then you will get a santana, santati, or the son. Dilipa Prishtavan. Dilipa asked, Shapavakyam maya na shrutam kutaha. Now you see the beauty. Shrutam is coming. Shrutaha, Shruta, Shrutam. It is the kata pratyaya. Now this is kta, so it will go in karmani. So then it will come maya. Aham na shrutvan, he can say, but it is telling maya na shrutam. Shap vakyam, the cursed words, maya na shrutam, were not heard by me. Kutaha, how? Iti, like this. Acharya akathayat. So Acharya again told, Ganga pravaha asit. There was the flow of Ganga that was making noise. Ataha tat na shrutam. Because of that, you didn't heard that. Iti, like this. Ataha nripaha aprichat. Again, Nripa asked, Idanim kim karomi iti. So Nripa asked like this, like now what I do? Idanim, now. Kim, what? Karomi, I do. Vasisthaha avadat. Now Vasistha told, Ashrame, in the ashrama, Nandini asti. In ashrama, Nandini is there. Sa Kamadhenoh putri. She is daughter of Kamadhenu. Tam pujaya. You go and pray her. Vanya Jivanam Achar. So, and you become a person living in forest. You behave like a forest person and pray her. Anugraha bhavishyati. And she will definitely bless you. Like this. Nripaha Angi Kritwan. King accepted. Saha Parna Shalayam Vasam Akarot. So Parna is means leaves, Shala means house, Yam is Saptami. So he, Vasam means living, Akarot did. So he stayed in a hut, you can say. Sudakshina api tatraiva sthita. So his wife, queen, also Sudakshina also, there only she also stayed. Nripaha Raja Vaibhavam Atyajat. King left all the glory of the lifestyle of king. Kusha Nam Shayane Suptaha. Kusha is a kind of grass which is used in yajna and all. So he slept on bed made of kusha. Pratah Kale Dhenum Sudakshina Sahita Pujitwan. So in the morning he prayed the Nandini Dhenum, that cow, with his wife Sudakshina. Nandini Vanam Agachat. So Nandini went to forest. Nripaha Tam Anugatvan. King followed her. Jagrukaha Dhenum Ekvimshati Dinan Sevitvan. So with his with vigilance or being aware, most aware about the cow, he did the service of cow for 21 days. So this is the first day story. So these all questions you can understand and route. Anvay Krama, we have already covered this. Sorry, Anvay Krama is not covered. Okay. So now we'll come to this. So this is this one new word, Anvaya. Anvaya means, you know already, like Sanskrit, most of the Sanskrit thing is written in poetry. So including all math, Jyotisha, everything is written in poetry. Reason was because we were a oral tradition. So in our place, we always thought like the best place to store knowledge is human head. Now also if you see, if you are in computers from some say 20 years, so whatever storage you had at that time, now you cannot use that. So floppy disks you cannot use. You had, if I start from my time, so I had floppy disk, not tape or card time. So, but whatever you have in head, whatever tables you remember, they are still intact. I can teach my kid and going further. So there is one benefit at least. I am not suggesting like that was the only way and we should not read, write and study, but that is the one way. So because of that you want to remember everything came into shloka. When it is in shloka, it has to follow a rhythm. If it is not singable, then you will never remember the shloka. If you making some sentences singable, then you might have to rearrange certain words before and after. So the same thing happens. So when you are making shloka, then you will take a prose kind of thought in your head, if you are not a very Maharshi kind of person, and then you will convert it into form of that particular meter, whatever chanda is there, and then your shloka will come. So whoever will listen to the shloka, he has to do the opposite. He will listen that and he will again convert that from poetry to prose. So this process of converting poetry to prose to understand is called as Anvaya in Sanskritam. So how to do Anvaya? So first there is a process. So everything you will not know in this region, this level. Here you are just introduced for that process. So first you have to split. Pada means word, vibhaga. Vibhaga means splitting. So first you split. If any sandhi is there, so samasa you don't know, so samasa you cannot split. So you take as a combined complete word. Then after splitting, you try to put all the vibhakti words at one place. Maybe the verb at the end. If you figured out who is the karta, you may put it in the beginning. So arranging that is called as anvaya. Like in Subhashita Visa, then you will do word by word meaning. That is called as pratipadartha, or you can say anvaya artha. So whatever you made prose type meaning of that, or whatever every word is there, you splitted meaning of that. Once you have separate meanings, then you will combine them to get the real purport or the real bhavartha, what that fellow is trying to say. Because the individual words without any relation, they may not give the meaning. So what we are going to study is a very nice, and I like this thing very much in, or most in this whole course. That is, this is from Sankshep Ramayana. So what is the Samchik Ramayanam? So like today we write some paper, some research paper or some PhD thesis, something. So before, in the first initial few pages, we write the summary. So like what is going to be discussed in this particular book, that summary you will write in minimal words or sentences, so that whoever reader is there, he gets some idea before starting the 500-600 page. Even in YouTube videos now, you see whoever are making it professionally, they make a 1-2 minute initial thing where they tell like what actually I'm going to tell you in the video. It's again a summary. So all the Ramayanam summary, Valmiki himself wrote in 100 slokas, and that is the thing which starts from where Ramayanam starts. So first 100 sloka kind of concisely tell what is there in whole Ramayanam. So that is why it is called as Sankshep Ramayanam, means concise Ramayanam or Moola Ramayanam or the original Ramayanam. So this 100 slokas are, there is only 100 slokas, and in Ramayanam there are 24,000 slokas. So 24,000 is shrink into 100. So this is very beautiful and this is very easy. At this level itself, you can start understanding by your own. So we'll see some try to 2 slokas are there. We'll try to understand it. Kujantam. So actually this word you don't know. If you match, it is pathan. Like pathan was there, right? So Ditiya of that. Pathantam, kujantam. This is present continuous. Rama, Rama iti. There is a sandhi. Now you learn to break. Kujantam, Rama, Rama iti. Somebody is cooing or speaking Rama Rama. Like this, somebody is speaking continuously, still speaking. Madhuram, Madhuraksharam, and he is speaking very sweetly, and these letters also are very sweet. Aruhya, Aruhya means it is a lebanta after climbing to somewhere. Where? Kavita Shakham, on the branch of poetry. Vande, I pray, Valmiki, who is Kokilam, like Kokila. So this is the salutation to Valmiki before starting this thing. So I have written, I typed this whole Valmiki Ramayanam, and that is available on Sakalyam, both in Devanagari and Telugu script. If you want, it is very good for Parayanam also. You can download and just start speaking, you will understand your own. So there is nothing to be taught by someone. So now how you will make the anvaya of this? So what you will do, I will figure out what is the verb. So the vande is the verb. I will put it at the end. Vande. I know aham vande because vande will go with aham. Now you see all these are Kokilam, Madhuraksharam, Kujantam, Madhuram, Kavita Shakham, all are Dvitiya. So if there are many words in same vibhakti, it means one might be Visheshya, others might be Visheshana. So before that, as many verbs are there in shloka, that many sentences are there, because we know like every word will form a sentence. So here only one verb is there. So vande, aham vande, whom you are vande? Valmiki Kokilam, right? How, what kind of Valmiki Kokila is there? First, Kokila itself is telling something about this, him. Then Kujantam, who is cooking, doing the coo. Rama Rama iti, like Rama and Rama. Madhuram. So all you said, then you automatically will get the Anvaya. So anyway, this Anvaya of this is not required. So you can do as an exercise. We'll start from here. I will take, I think, 10 minutes. I want to finish this today so that you can exercise and do. Please bear. I think it will take maximum limited, not more than 8 minutes. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavo. So Prabhavo is Prabhavaha. Sandhi is there. Ramo is because of Sandhi. It is Ramaha. Nama Janaihi Shrutaha. So now you can see Karmani here. Shrutaha means heard. By whom? Janaihi. Tritiya Bahubachan. By people. Niyatatma. Mahaviryaha. Sandhi is there. Dyutiman. Dyutiman is like Buddhiman. Dhritiman also is like Buddhiman. Vashi. So this is the shloka. This kind of meter is a simplest meter, and this chanda is actually a very simple word. I forgot. Once I remember, I will tell. So this meter is called as somehow I'm missing. It's a very simple thing, the simplest meter. So now we know Ikshvak Vamsha Prabhava is one word, Rama is one word, Nama is one word, Janai is one, Shrutaha, Niyatatma, Mahavirya, Dyutiman, Dhritiman, Vashi. So we'll see what is the verb. So Shrutaha, since there is no Tinganta, we'll take the Kridanta as verb. Shrutaha, and Shrutaha we wrote at end. And then he made this thing because this is Karmani Bhut. So he said Asit in Adhyahara. Now, by whom Shrutaha? Janaihi Shrutaha. Now, this is Karmani. What those people Shruta? Nama. Nama of whom? Ramaha. So, Ramaha Nama Janaihi Shrutaha. So, name of Rama was heard by people. That is the meaning of this sentence. Now, quality of Rama. See, everything else is in Prathama Vibhakti. So, they all are Visheshana to Rama. Who was Rama? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha, born in dynasty of Ikshvaku. Vashi, he was Vashi. He has controlled, means his senses were in control. He was Vashi. Dhritiman, he was courageous. This all is Rama's Visheshana. Dyutiman, Dyuti is the radiance, light. So he was radiant. Mahavirya, he was very brave, you can say. Niyatatma means he was restrained. Niyata means limited. Atma is, Atma. So Rama's name was heard by people, and Rama was like this. So they are not following all the 100 slokas. This is starting from middle. So you will not get the context. So if you read whatever I am saying, you download from Sakalyam and read then you will get the context. So born in, people have heard about Rama, who was born in Ikshvaku dynasty. He was a self-restrained person. He was very brave, very radiant, and very courageous, and he had control over his senses. So this is the meaning of this. Now we'll come to the last thing. Rest all we have already covered. Actually today, going forward, it will be easy without any hurry, because today Sandhi were also there. It is little tough. Otherwise, going forward, it will be easy. And since it is recorded, so if something you are not getting, you are not willing to ask, you can go see again and ask there. So Sangrahya Vishayaha, last time also we have seen this section was there. Here also it is there. There is nothing which I have to tell. I will just read. These are the pairs, or you can say opposite. for night, day, Swarga, Narka, Punyam, Papam, Sukham, Dukkham, Dharma, Adharma, Prakriti, Purusha, Jnanam, Ajnanam. So these all are self-explanatory. Then now, like they were pairs, now trios are coming. So Lokatrayam, 3 worlds are there. Swarga, Martya, Patala. Prasthanatrayam. Prasthanatrayam is for 3 books of Vedanta. So that is called as Upanishad, Brahma Sutrani, Bhagavad Gita. These are the 3 books on which Vedanta philosophy is made. Triveni. So Veni is like whatever matted here. Triveni means 3 lines are there in that. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. These are our rivers. So Tripurusharthaha, Dharmaha, Arthaha, Kamaha. So 4th one is Moksha. Doshatrayam. So as per Ayurveda, our body is made by 3 different components and they are called as dosha. So every human being born on the earth has a certain combination of these 3, and for his whole life he has to maintain that. The moment he somehow, by eating, by doing something wrong, he disturbs this balance, whatever his particular balance by nature is, then he get diseases. So these doshas are Vataha, Pittam, Kafaha. Then Kafaha. Tripitikani. So I think this one is from Bauddhas. Sutra Pitikam, Vinaya Pitikam and Abhidharma Pitikam. Trimurtayaha, Trimurti. So 3 gods are Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaraha. In Brahma, Ha is written first, but Ma is pronounced first. So Brahma is not correct. Brahma. Ma pronounced first, then Ha. Ratnatrayam. So what are the 3 jewels? Samyak Jnanam, Samyak Charitram, Samyak Darshanam. Samyak Jnanam, correct knowledge. Samyak Charitram, correct character. Samyak Darshanam, correct thought or philosophy. Shakti Trayam. What are the 3 strengths? Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Jnana Shakti is knowledge, Ichha Shakti is willingness, Kriya Shakti is able to put things on ground. Then comes the last thing. So this has very nice Sandhi examples. I would like you to break it your own and then share me your result. So Yat, Twag. So there is a Sandhi here. Ka became Ga. Twak. Twak means skin. Yat means whatever. Which. Asthi. Asthi is your bone. Gatam means inside or accumulated. Papam. So whatever papa is accumulated in my skin and bones or inside my skin and bone, dehe, in the body, tishtati, stands, mamake, mine. So in my body, whatever papas are collected in my skin, it is means skin and bone is trying to tell you inside your body. Prashanam. Prashanam means having or eating or drinking. Panchagavyasya. If you accept Panchagavya, Prashanam. Dahati. So you see the Sandhi, nice Sandhi. Dahati Agnihi Iva Indhanam. So if you take Panchagavya, so Panchagavya will act as a Indhan to the Agni and will burn your papa, whatever is accumulated in your body. So here it is written, taking Panchagavyam is going to burn the sin accumulated in the skin and bones in my body, just like fire burning fuel. So this is a tradition sloka for Panchagavyam. So with this, I am done for today and I'm in time. So we covered Samasya, we covered Subhashitam, we covered Padasangraha, we covered Kavya Katha. We went to Sangrahya Vishaya. So now this is your homework. Exercise. Now chapter 1 is already there and this time I have taken feedback of people who were doing quizzes in Pravesha. And chapter 1 quiz contains question from all the sections, not only grammar section. So please everyone, whoever are there in class, please try to finish this quiz. You will enjoy doing this. And try to post your scores also in group so that those who are hesitant, they also get some boost. And then Most of the grammar exercises you already have done as part of initial classes. Now you do the sandhi, whatever two sandhi we have went through today, and the leftover exercises of chapter 1. This is my expectation for homework. And next class, now you have to catch a pace because exam is not very far. So next class will be on Thursday, Guru Vasare, same time, November 19th, and it will be our 6th class. So with this, I will stop here, and if you have any questions, you can ask.